On today's show, we're heading down to the land of Ooh with Finn the human, Jake the dog for some adventure time.
And it's an Avengers world, and we're just living in it with the first volume of Jonathan Hickman's Avengers.
Okay, so
Hey!
he's back from the islands, thus the facial hair and the long hair and all that jazz. How are you, sir?
I'm good. I've had a good break.
Good?
I'm excited to get back. Do you know what? I've enjoyed sort of watching the show as a fan for a bit.
Yeah.
And kind of, it's really put in my mind that if I wasn't anyway part of the show, I would definitely still be watching it. So I think it's kind of good that I got to enjoy. I mean, I had to watch it because I was doing the titles and the descriptions and whatnot. But no, it's good. I've been good. I've enjoyed the guests and.
Yep. A huge thanks, by the way, to Charlie and Dab for the last couple of weeks.
And
for
Ellie.
And Ellie, yeah.
Right off the bat, coming in a very short notice. Thank you guys for filling in. But it's good to be back.
And shall we dive straight into it?
We shall.
What
time is it?
It's adventure time. Time to go and save the prince. Oh, I didn't realise you guys had a thing. So we're talking Adventure Time, Volume 1. It didn't come out this week.
It didn't, but what did come out this week were a load of reprints of Adventure Time, fourth print because it's been so popular. Yeah. So we just thought there wasn't much else out this week. We just thought
a slow week. It was a very slow week.
It was if you're not. I mean, we're not reading just a lot of the books. Like, just happened to be one of those weeks where a lot of books came out that we weren't personally reading.
Or that I'd read and you don't. Yeah. Or you'd read and I don't. So yeah, it wasn't a great week for that. So yeah, we picked up Adventure Time. It's by Titan Comics and it's based on the very popular Cartoon Network show that has taken the world by storm in the last couple of years. Have you ever watched the show before?
I haven't.
No?
No, and I had watched 1 or 2 episodes of My Little Pony. It's just one of those things that... quotes out of context.
Fantastic.
It's just one of those things where people have been saying that you can enjoy it whatever age you are.
Yeah.
And I believe them, but I just haven't gotten around to it.
I have seen quite a number of episodes of the show, along with my mum's partner's child, Maddie. She's 7, and I watch the show with her occasionally, and it's very surreal, but I do really enjoy it. I really enjoy the show, and yeah, so this book follows the 2 central characters, Finn and Jake, as they go on an adventure to save the planet Earth, it's basically. What did you think of Adventure Time?
You know what? I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
I mean, I was reading it as you were doing other things.
Yeah.
And you
coming soon.
and you could hear me laughing.
Yeah.
Like it's just really charming, like from the get-go. Mm-hmm. And unlike My Little Pony, which I'm kind of lumping this in with because it's aimed at kids and
but has
kind of
massed out.
Yeah, has sort of branched out to the point
branched
where...
out, even better phrase. Massed out like a ship. I don't know.
To the point where, like, the main, I guess, sales from this book aren't from kids, that kind of thing. Maybe, I don't know. But no, it's just really charming. And unlike My Little Pony, like there's no barrier that you have to get through. It's not steeped in its own mythology. Like I got it like immediately.
Well, the little page at the front that tells you who everyone is and where everything is was very handy.
And it's charming as well. Like, and it's very funny and it's sort of adorable and. I just found myself liking this more and more with each page that I turn. Like it's a really easy read. It's just really lighthearted. It gives you a really good feeling. It's sort of the innocence of it, the innocence of the characters. Where the little robot guy, what's his name? Bimo, and he just wants to be good at fighting, but instead he's really good at like trash talking. I can't remember what they actually call it.
Battle Burns.
And then how bad Finn and Jake are at it, the attempts at that is hilarious. If I had one criticism, it is that I think inevitably with a book like this in the same style as this, it's quite hard to build tension. You've got this villain, and you've got his kind of master plan, and you've got them trying to overcome him. But you sort of get that for 3 issues without really any tension. And I just think that what would have been better is the sort of little stories here and there, the little 2-3 page
Instead
adventures.
of a running story,
Yeah,
just
like,
every issue's its own,
yeah, like
self-contained.
even in the first issue, we get the little bit with BMO, and then we get some other bit of another story. And I just think it would be better suited to those little shorter stories, because I just feel like it did lack tension. Having said that, I had a great time reading this. I loved the look of it. It made me laugh.
Yeah.
And it just made me feel really, really good.
Make you want to go on an adventure?
Made me want to go on an adventure. And I
Yeah, I
ticked
mean,
all the boxes.
I completely agree. And I think one of the things that I really liked about it, and I'm hoping that you picked up on these because you didn't mention them.
Oh, the little
things at the bottom
page,
where
yeah.
they're just little jokes.
Kind of meta.
You know, Desert Princess is a mystery as she is made out of desserts. Little jokes like that. But for me, I really like the way they play with the medium of comic books. You know, you have this fight scene, and then you flick the page and it goes to something else. And as you're there, along the bottom, it says like, "What? You're not even going to help me out? You just turn the page?
Yeah.
Oh, fine, yeah, be that way. That's great. Cheers for the help there." Like, I love that kind of playing with the medium that younger audiences. They're not going to go breaking the fourth wall and things like that. But
I think it's written in a sort of way where they get it, but they wouldn't get that it was unusual, perhaps.
Yeah.
Whereas for us, it's like, wow, that's different.
That's playing with the medium.
Yeah.
And you see it as that tool. And yeah, I mean, I really enjoyed this. I disagree. I liked the fact that it was a overarching story, and I think what I liked about that is that they have about 5 different plans to stop this supervillain, and none of them work until the very end. And I just feel like it's not something you see in like the Avengers or something like that. They fight the villain once and they normally beat the villain. Whereas in this, it's a constant, repetitive struggle, and it's a life lesson for kids and things like that. It has its own moral story, and yeah, I really enjoyed this. The only thing that I disagree, that I really didn't like, is this book is $8.99. That's the comic. That's just covers. That is just covers. And don't get me wrong, the covers are stunning, but that's almost half the book is just covers. So, I mean, but having said that, I still say it's value for money. Because
it's such a good
it's a
time,
great read.
Whatever age you are. And,
Yeah.
and like I say, like it isn't like My Little Pony where you've got to read up on it.
Yeah.
You've got to know where you're at before you go.
Jake Suit.
Jake Suit's amazing.
Put that up.
It's a lot of fun.
Yeah. No, I thoroughly enjoyed that, and I recommend you pick it up. So the next book that we have.
Yeah, we're talking about Avengers Volume 1, which
Yep.
came out this week. We talked about the first issue when it came out. We haven't talked about it since, I don't
No, we
believe.
haven't. Yes. So this is this kind of going back, telling you what we thought
I
of
know
it.
that you talked a bit about the all-new X-Men trade,
Yes.
but I want to say some words on the trade itself.
Yeah, fine. You just copy what everyone else has already said. Why not?
First of all, I like them.
Yeah.
I really like them. They're too expensive.
Oh, by far.
This book was £19, which, $25.
That doesn't equal how much it would cost in single issues.
That's more than all the single issues put together. It makes absolutely no sense.
And it has less value than the single issues.
Yeah. I mean, disclaimer, I have recently decided I'm making the switch to exclusively trades.
Dun, dun, dun!
Right? But all that means is
You have to crop.
all that means is I am not, like, I'm going to be buying these off Amazon because they're 40% cheaper in some cases.
Something like
That aside, like, it's frustrating and annoying, but that aside, I do like these trades. What do you think of the book? I just wanted to vent that. I wanted to get that out there.
You vent away, sir. Okay. What did I think of the book? It's an odd one. It is an odd one because I enjoyed it, but not enough. Like, for an Avengers title, I read it and I went, well, that's really good, but I don't know how much I care. And there is not a lot of Avengers-ness in this. Like, the first 3 issues, there's a fair bit. But then the 3 issues after that, it's just these random characters that I've never heard of and I don't really care about. Having their own little story.
Isn't that sort of the point? That he
It's
wants
nice.
to bring them in and wants to try and make you care about them?
Yeah, but it's not working. It's not working. I just don't care about them. Like, the artwork in this book is stunning. You know,
The Apenya stuff is definitely...
Apenya and the Andy Kubrick stuff as well is really good. You know, it's some of his better work that I've seen in recent time. But yeah, something's just not clicking with me and the Avengers. I mean, disclaimer, I stopped reading this after the 3rd issue when it all wrapped up, the first kind of story arc. So for me, it was just a kind of continuation on the reading. And yeah, no, it just wasn't hitting the right notes for me. And it's not something that I'm going to be continuing with, personally speaking.
I mean, for me, it's difficult because, okay, we've got the first 3 issues and then sort of the next 3, whereby the first 3 is just so much Avengers that we get no character. And then the other stuff is so much character that we don't get any Avengers.
Yeah.
And there's no kind of medium. I kind of feel like Hickman wanted to just do the character stuff, and they were like, yeah, but you may as well, we need some sort of Avengers-y stuff for the first 3 issues for people first picking it up. Yeah, I mean, the first 3 issues I didn't love. I love the art. I love the Apenya art. It was beautiful. So classic looking. But didn't love. And then the Hyperion issue, where we get Hyperion's backstory, I didn't like. Like,
you didn't like the art, or you just didn't like
I didn't love Kubert's art, and I didn't like the story. And I was, at that point, at number 4, I was dropping it. I decided I'm dropping it. But then the Smasher story I thought was fantastic. The Smasher origin, the art clicked all of a sudden. It was emotional, and the issue did perfectly what he intended to do, which was make me care about the character for later scenes. So it's a bit of a mishmash.
Yeah.
Having read more than what is in this book, I can say from Smasher onwards, it gets good.
The Smasher issue was the best out of the lot. Number 5.
Yeah, it
wasn't
was
that?
number 5.
Issue 5. Yeah, it was by far the best. But
from it amps up, like now 7, 8, 9, 10, like it gets really into it. We're in a position where we've had the character building, we've laid a lot of groundwork, now we can really get into it. So it gets better. If you're going to pick the first trade, make sure you pick it up on Amazon because it is considerably cheaper. And it just, it's a mixed bag. Depends whether you want to stick with it or not.
Very true. So that's all we have for this week. We're keeping it light. We're keeping it light. Your first day back. Don't want to.
Exactly.
Don't want to overdo you.
To get my bearings. But we do have a big week this week.
We do. But before we get on to the big week, hey, you person who won the mystery comic from last week.
Hello.
You're here. Your digital download will be in your inbox. Very well done to you. And if you want a chance to win a book this week, is there any in particular? Are we going mystery again?
Mystery again.
Mystery again. It's crazy.
Comment down below.
Just comment in there. You can also follow us on Twitter at Comic Book Show 1. It's all goodness. It's all goodness. But as Dan alluded to before, huge week.
Big week.
Huge week. On Wednesday, we have our review of the brand new DC fighting game Injustice: Gods Among Men.
Our first review of a video game.
Our first review of a video game.
And on Friday, we're reviewing Iron Man 3.
Yeah!
Which you Americans won't have had the chance to see yet because we get it first.
But hey, you might not need to go and see it because it might be crap, and we'll tell you if it is.
See it.
Yeah.
But we hope you join us for all that good stuff this week. And we'll see you Wednesday. And I had watched 1 or 2 episodes of My Little Pony. It's just one of those things that quotes out of context.